there, my beautiful souls. My name is Hunter from Hunter's Healing Heart. I'm a health, wellness, and ascension coach, helping you rise towards your highest frequency, vibration, and truth. And today, this is going to be such a good video. I'm excited for this. Women, Dictators point, women soften. When you're coming in with the energy of pointing, it is degrading and destroying your possibility of attracting a very masculine and embodied man, because control is destruction. It's not freedom, and it will repel the right men away from your life, right? And so where does this control come from? Right? It's a fear of the unknown. You are uncertain. You don't know how to proceed and move forward in a place where you have built the respect within yourself, the authenticity within yourself, to be able to handle the uncertainties of life. And this is a process of trusting yourself. This is a process of going through life and experiencing things and just knowing that it's all going to work out and you're going to show up the best that you can. And another part of where this comes in is power. Ladies, it's not about power. It's not about being higher up in the relationship. It's not about proving anything to anybody. That's ego. And ego will destroy any good relationship, because you're not viewing it as teamwork. You're not viewing it as collaboration for both you guys to rise. You're not seeking the highest truth. You're seeking your own internal desires and wants and fantasies, and it's not reality based. It will create destruction. You need to eliminate for power. We're equal here. We're equal. And a big part of this is safety, ladies. Safety. You have to be safe within yourself. And you'll have to be safe in your environments, but it all starts with you. And that's cultivating safety mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because once you've done that work inside, it will allow you to let go of the control externally, because you are safe within, right? And that comes with love, that comes with acceptance, that comes with forgiveness within yourself. So you start establishing that. This comes with boundaries. And a big part of this control, it comes from a wounded masculine energy, right? And a big part of this is, one, what is your perception of men? And there's so much destructive programming, ladies. There's so much destructive programming. And to give you an example, there's this thing with, would you rather be alone in the woods with a man or with a bear? And the amount of women that say bear is criminal. That bear will maul you to death and eat you, versus a man who would love to support you, guide you, protect you. And so when you're leading with this perception of hatred for men, or lack of men, or I don't need men, it's very destructive, and it's chaotic, and it leads with more control energy versus freedom, surrendering, trusting, and softening, ladies. Softening. You have to build a loving relationship with the men, that I love and cherish all the men, all the brothers around me. I appreciate them. I need them in my life. I honor them in my life. And when you approach your relationships with this attitude, everything changes. They'll feel that. They'll embrace that. And it's subtle, but it'll make a world of difference. Because I could promise you, as a man, when women say, I don't need a man, I value independence, men are trash, I'm gone. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. That is so much work and an uphill battle that I'm working with, versus someone who's welcoming of a man, honoring of a man, allows him to lead. Night and day difference. And this next part is trauma from previous relationships, women. Do you have, I gotta move a little bit. Do you have trauma from some of your experiences with dating with men? And you can't necessarily control the relationships that you get into, but you can control how you heal from them, how you integrate with them. And that's what relationships are. They're ultimate tools to go inside. So if you do have trauma, heal it. Take ownership of it, take accountability of it, and work on it. Work on putting new beliefs in the system. Work on creation mode. Working on creating safety within the masculine. There's a lot of different tools you could use, but you have to heal that trauma, because if you don't, it's going to be projected onto that man. And if it's a good man, it's not fair to him. He didn't go through those experiences. He didn't cause it, and now he's receiving it. And As a man who's done a lot of the work and has my heart broken by someone in those experiences, my tolerance for it is very low. Life is already war as a man. No one cares about us. Our values earned every single day. The last thing I want is more chaos and drama into this life. So it's your ownership and duty to take ownership of your trauma, right? And so all these factors, ladies, you need to start healing, integrating with love, forgiveness, and doing the work, because that by default will start helping you soften, start eradicating control. And how you start this process, ladies, is it all starts with you. It all starts with you. It all starts with you. You have to soften internally. How do you do that? It's easy. It's so easy. Start with softening. Alrighty, ladies, how you start this process is internally. It all starts with you. So you have to go on this journey inside yourself and start softening. Start softening, softening, softening. And how do you do this, ladies? First, by trusting and loving yourself. The more that you trust yourself and you surrender to yourself for not trying to control certain things, feel the fullness of it, it will allow you to naturally let go your walls and your shields externally in your environment. And it is so beautiful to see. So it all starts with you. See areas where you don't trust yourself. See areas where you become defensive. See areas where there's barriers. And through there, you're going to start opening up. And then it will begin the process of you showing up better in external environments, right? And you also have so many tools, ladies. Soften with your voice. Speak so gentle, so soft, so beautiful, so radiant with a man, and he will melt. He will melt. He doesn't need that bossy, really angry, frustrated, fiery voice. He wants it very soft, mellow, light, beautiful. And this is truly tested, ladies, when conflict comes up, when you're pissed off at him for whatever reason. He didn't put the dishes away, and he broke his word, and he's been in the garage for 2 hours doing absolutely nothing, right? It's in those moments where it's needed the most. And I'm not saying that you can't have a backbone. I'm saying there are rules of engagement. So start light, and if it's repeated offenses, get more aggressive with it, but start mellow, because that is very softening energy, and he will melt. Learn to breathe into it, to let go, to release, to surrender every area of your body. Breathe into your neck, your chest, your legs. Yoga is an exceptional practice for this, to let go, to soften. And dancing is one of the best tools for feminine embodiment. Almost all the most embodied women I've ever met, they have a devotion towards dancing. Dance your heart out. Feel the fullness of your body and soften. And soften your mind. Have really loving, light, good thoughts, right? Not thoughts of agitation, thoughts of resentment, thoughts of anger. And the key with this, ladies, is the more that you soften internally, by default, externally, you're going to radiate that. And I'm telling you, as a man, it is so nourishing. It is so nourishing. It truly brings life into men. It is a gift. And what you'll learn is balance, right? You still are able to surrender, let go. You have your softness, but if a man starts viewing that as a weakness, taking advantage of it, you could snap pretty quick to honor yourself and be in your truth, right? And now that we've cultivated that internally, now we can begin to cultivate it externally, right? And how do you do this? Focus on softening your man. Focus on making his life softer. Life for us is war. It is war. It is a battlefield. It is difficult. It is challenging. And we have to have our armor up. It's about becoming for us. And so if you could be his safe space, if you can get the chinks out of his armor, if you could get him to let go, you are going to set yourself apart from so many women. But the key is, as he starts taking off his armor, whether it's in his mind, his body, his spirit, that you honor it. You honor it, you love it, you cherish it, and you support it. Because what I've noticed sometimes, and this is more the vulnerability component, is when I express the vulnerability, it was honored in a sense, but I sensed the attraction dissipated. There's almost like a little bit of withdrawal from the energy. And so even though verbally the right thing was said, in the body level, it wasn't honored and integrated. So how you do that, ladies, is just allow a man to be human. We're human. We go through stuff. We go through experiences. And so when you could help guide a man in his softness and inspire him in his strength, that is a very powerful trait in a woman. That you honor him when his armor is off, so he could rebuild, so when he puts it on, he's in a stronger, more impactful place. So soften. You could soften his mind, right? When he's vulnerable and he's sharing some stories, just take the load off him. Let him experience, let him express, and then just love him, guide him, support him. It could be softening his body, right? Where does he have tension? In his shoulders and his chest. And this is through physical intimacy, sexual intimacy. Just soften his body. Spread your joy, your radiance, your softness to him. That will be profound, profound. And soften. And through this softening, ladies, you're adding so much value to his life. But it has to be integrated, because if you just soften, a man that's not disciplined and not embodied, he will lose his sense of purpose and his discipline. And so now that softening is actually starting to become a weakness, and eventually you'll resent him for it. So what needs to happen is honor your softness. And if you sense your man is slipping up a little bit, which is fine, it's bound to happen, just encourage him to get back on the path. Like, babe, man, when you're done with the gym for today, I am going to give you a whole another workout. Or, oh, babe, I see you got a business deal for you. Here's dinner for you, ready to go. When you get home after you succeeded and closed the deal, you could do whatever you want to me, or whatever. Just be creative, and so create some space and some time and allow him to execute and becoming and motivate him, support him through that, and he will be yours. Oh my God, ladies, he will be yours. And that is what it's about, softening.